Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Money, Real Business podcast. I'm Michelle, and today we have Tamir on the show, who just listed his business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. Hey Tamir, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Hi, Michelle.
Well, thanks for making the time to come on today. I'm looking forward to learning more about your business, but before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of it. So it's an Amazon FBA business in the children niche, created in July of 2016. The average revenue for the business is $20,274 per month, and it makes an average of $3,943 per month in net profit. Included in this sale is an Amazon Seller Central account with 6 SKUs, a primary domain with all site content and files, an email list with more than 1,500 subscribers, a U.S. trademark, and supplier relationships. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 59970 to learn more about this business. Or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So Tamir, now let's hear from you. What can you tell us about your background in starting and running online businesses?
I actually started my first online business in 2006. I started selling on eBay. So the e-commerce business was in its roots, I guess, very early. Amazon was not really a part of the game at that time. So I had some experience with e-commerce and I kind of knew about it, and I saw that Amazon was getting bigger and bigger with online selling around 2013 or 14. So I figured it would be a good time to join in again and start selling again.
All right. And what inspired you to start this particular business?
I think that the toys niche is very interesting. There's always new developments and new things that happen. I was kind of curious about that, so I did some research and I saw that the margins were kind of nice. And so that's more or less the reason that I got into the specific niche.
And you mentioned that you had experience in e-commerce before. So what attracted you to the Amazon FBA model?
I like the fact that I wouldn't have to hold inventory anywhere that's external to the actual sale. I mean, I like the fact that Amazon had their own warehouse and I can keep all of the inventory in their warehouse and just focus on selling. So that's something that was very attractive at the time.
Yeah, that makes things a lot easier. So, you've been really successful with this business and you've had it for a number of years. So why have you decided to sell it now?
My background is I'm basically a software engineer, actually. So I just don't feel that my heart is there anymore. It was interesting for a while. It was a nice adventure, and I think I did well with the short time that I was able to establish it and run it and take care of it. But I just don't feel that I have the passion anymore at the moment, and I want to go on to different things.
Yeah, that's understandable. We actually hear that quite often, is that people enjoy sort of the thrill of creating something and making a business that is successful. And then after a while, they're ready just to move on to other things.
I guess, yeah, that was the case. And it is what's going on at the moment. Yeah, for sure.
Well, what would you say was your biggest win since starting this business? Maybe something that worked really well that you would apply to a future business?
So I'd have to say that finding the design studio that made some of the boxes for the product would be my biggest win, because I really like what they're doing. They did a very good job with the boxes, and I think it attracted a lot of customers and made customers come back and buy more. So finding them was a big win for me.
Oh, that's cool. So what would you say was your biggest setback or challenge?
I would have to say that would be a few years ago, right before Q4 started, I got an email from Amazon that they're taking down one of the listings, which had a lot of inventory. And I kind of knew that I wouldn't be able to resolve it as quick as I wanted to be able to sell on Q4. So that was kind of annoying, but it is what it is. These kind of things happen in FBA business.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how would you say that you differentiate yourself from your competitors?
I think that I mentioned the design studio. So I think that the boxes are very attractive and would make some of the customers buy for maybe a little more than the competitors because of the box.
Oh, that makes sense. I think maybe it instills greater trust too. Might be one of those situations where you get repeat customers based on the quality of your packaging.
Yeah, and it also makes all of the products eligible for gifts. So it's very nice to have a nice box and a nice gift to a child. So that's the reason, I think. Yeah.
That's excellent. So, if we could turn our focus just for a moment to your customer base, are you currently using PPC advertisements or listings description SEO to drive traffic to your products?
No, so all of the traffic that I'm getting is purely from Amazon. I'm doing some Amazon campaigns, but I'm not using anything to attract external traffic to the listings on Amazon.
Okay, but you're using the Amazon PPC campaigns?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like those are optimized right now?
In a way, yeah, but I still think there's a lot of work that can be done to optimize even further. I did some optimization to have it to my satisfaction, but I'm sure there's still a lot to be done there. There's definitely some work to be done with optimizing.
Excellent. And so you're doing all of your own PPC campaigns right now?
Yeah, so I'm not using the manual. I'm using the automatic campaigns for Amazon, and I'm using Perpetua to manage some of the campaigns. But like I said, I wouldn't call it optimized. Definitely not 100%, maybe 30% if I had to estimate it.
Okay. And you mentioned you're not doing any SEO in your listings descriptions. Are you doing anything else in terms of marketing?
No, all of the traffic is purely from Amazon and rank for the products.
All right. And what do you see as the major opportunities for growth with this business?
I think that for growing the business even further would be definitely doing videos for the product. I think that it would increase sales, video campaigns, going on other Amazon marketplaces, and maybe attract more external traffic from external PPC campaigns. Yeah, those will definitely help increase sales.
And let's say that you had access to an unlimited amount of money. What is the first thing that you would do with this business?
I would definitely try to attract external traffic. I think that would help with the Amazon algorithm and push some of the products up in the ranks and would eventually cause organic traffic as well. That's one thing. The other thing would definitely be expanding to other markets because I think that US markets is very nice and it's very big, but there are other opportunities as well today. So I think these two would be my top priority.
All right. And Tamir, can we talk about your inventory for a second? Would you mind walking us through what your supply chain looks like right now?
I have a few factories that I'm working in China. I have a direct connection with the salesperson in every factory. So the minute I want to get more inventory, I just tell them what's the number that I want, how many pieces, and it usually takes around 30 days to produce. And then I usually ship the inventory by sea. So that kind of takes another 30 days. So around 60 days to get the inventory door to door.
Okay. And how often would you say that you're in contact with your suppliers?
Sometimes I don't talk to them for 2 months in case there's nothing important to discuss, but usually it's just when the inventory is running low.
And have you done any sort of product development with your suppliers?
Yeah, I did one product development, which went very well in my opinion. It's still being launched, but the process itself was very easy. If there's any need to develop something, one of the suppliers is very easy to work with, has very good communication. And if I had to develop another product, I would definitely do it with this specific person.
That's excellent. So, what are your current inventory limits like right now at Amazon warehouses?
Not really sure actually about the number, but there's no penalty, there's no actual limit. As far as I know, I'm trying not to get too much inventory in, so I didn't even reach the current number that I can get to. But yeah, I can't say a number because I really can't remember.
No, that's understandable. Have your inventory limits been raised or limited in the past year?
So it was limited around July last year, but it's currently lifted and there's no limit at the moment.
Oh, great. So have you had any stockouts in the past 12 months?
Not that I can remember. I have to say that there has been a few months, about June, July last year, that I wasn't really on top of things due to personal matters. So there's a chance that there have been stock out on those months. I'm not really sure. But other than these 2 months until today, no.
So what does a typical week look like for you while running this business?
Usually just pop on the seller app a few times a day just to make sure that everything is okay and trying to make sure that there's no suspicious emails or anything of huge importance. But other than that, I'm trying mostly to make sure that the inventory doesn't run low. And in case I need to order more, I do that. But other than that, there's no other major things that I'm doing.
And what do you think the biggest challenge will be for a buyer taking over this business?
I'm not really sure that there's a huge challenge here because I think that whoever buys it kind of knows about how the FBA business works. And I think that growing the business may be a challenge, but maybe just increasing sales and increasing revenue, though I really think there's huge potential here because, like I mentioned, things are not very optimized at the moment and it's still doing pretty well, in my opinion. So there's a lot of room for growth.
And would you commit to a non-compete for a new owner?
Yeah, it's not a problem. If it's something that the buyer wants, so it's not a problem on my end.
And how much support are you offering buyers?
So whatever the standard is, I'm okay with. If it's 30-day email support, a few Skype calls, so whatever that's reasonable.
Would you be open to negotiating something like an earnout?
No, so the business is for sale as is, and that's it.
And if you're putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
So I mentioned the growth potential. I really think that there's only 6 products that are being sold at the moment. And like I said, I think it's doing pretty well, but there's room to get more products and expand to other markets. So I think that any buyer could easily at least double the revenue in less than a year, in my opinion. If someone really takes it and gives it the attention that it needs, it would be easy to increase sales.
And is there anything else that you'd like to highlight about your business that we might not have covered?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Tamir, for coming on and giving us a little more insight into both you and your business. It's really been a pleasure, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 59970. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.